Hi guys, before this video starts, I'm going to tell you this. It's a long video, and I'm going to talk about this device right here, and if you should buy it or not. So I'm going to show you something that's right here. It's basically a HMD, which is the head-mounted display from Vision. It's a Vision HMD, so I'm going to show you the product right here. Let me just change scenes real quick. Here we go. So this is the box. Sorry about the camera quality. I'm trying to adjust it properly. This is the box. Here's the top. Here's the back. And what I know about this, I just decided to get this for a review. Well, not review. It's basically because I want to tell you this one specifically. So let me just switch to the other thing first before I open it. So over there is, well, over here you can see it. It's over here. Over here, well, because the camera is basically over there, so basically I have an Apple TV over there, and so connect to my TV, and so I wanted a way of watching Plex on or any kind of show on VR, and so basically they have a Oculus Quest. I've tried the Oculus Quest. I did make a video about it. Basically, Oculus Quest Plex VR app didn't work properly. Skybox was okay, but I didn't really like it, and I don't like using the remotes. And also, I was thinking about just getting a plain VVR headset and just that uses HMI, hooking it there and turning off the tracking ability, so it wouldn't be looking at something when I'm looking up. So what this is right here is just a head-mounted display. It's just a display in some goggles. You can use it for drone piloting. There's a headphone jack, and you can also use it for other stuff. You can basically get it off of eBay or any other place. Well, they have it on Amazon for $157. Well, like $59 before shipping. And yeah, this is just something I will hope work for what I want to do, because what I want to do is hook it to my Apple TV, hook it to the HDMI port of the Apple TV. I don't know if this has an inbuilt HDMI cable, or if it has an inbuilt HDMI cable. I just have to move the Apple TV over here. Well, it will be over here on the shelf. Hook it to a speaker I have there just for sound. I can also hook up a pair of headphones, but I'm just want to have it so I can watch Plex or TV while laying down comfortably, or basically hooking it to this video while or just doing some programming for 3D design on here with this device. And yeah, so they have a Facebook QR code. They have the Vision HMD VR QR code. They have the Vision Electronics Co.Ltd. What's their phone number, where they're at, and it's in Taiwan. A design in Taiwan, made in China. But basically, it's this. So this is the QR code. Then I'm gonna pause the video and try it with my cell phone if it has a external HDMI cable. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna run it to my Apple TV. And if this basically does have an internal cable, then if this does have an internal cable, I actually have it there comfortably without running a coupler there. And then when I'm going across the room, because I make my cable going across the room over here from the TV over to the shelf that's over there. If I have my phone on, I could show you what I was talking about. But yeah. So this is what it is. You get a hard cover case. You open it. So what you get in here is a stop. They are HM1 big eyes, which are Division Tech big eyes. You have QR codes. You have do not reseal paper on here. You have a read before you return. And then they also have this, which is basically the FCC statement. They're the big guy H1 HD 3D head mounted personal cinema quick guide right here. They have the important. Then they have a don't sell sticker, a don't resell sticker right here. And then they have this right here with QR code. So if you get into the box, which is basically really cool, you literally can have mounted display. And what comes at the bottom, what comes inside the box here is the goggle things and headphones. You can do it privately or they're actually there. So what you get in here is, so I'm guessing it's the blackout. It's head mount. There should be a charge cable in here if I recall correctly. No, I don't think so. No, there's not a charge cable, but it is connected here. So yeah, this is here's the goggles. They're pretty small. And here's the goggles. It has HDMI and USB. The USB is for your USB stuff. It is for power. And it's made out of plastic, but they feel really comfortable. It doesn't feel right here. And here's the USB cable. And here under my desk. And from actual there, it's probably going to go into an extension cable anyway, and then from the extension cable, it's going to go to my thing. So let me just try powering it and see what it's like. So I'm going to pause it right here and see if I can get a display out. Hi, I'm back. So basically, I was doing some actual testing. So first, there's going to be a couple things you actually need. So here's the headset again. So the thing is, you want to put it upon this thing because you don't want to wear it without this because you'll see yourself. So basically, if you're trying to use this as like a main display, make sure you have you actually know yours. So if you're doing keyboard related stuff, then make sure you basically are a touch typist. So basically, you don't have to look at the keys in order to actually type. So if you're a touch typist, you can actually type with these on, or have a keyboard that you know what each specific key feels like. So number two is make sure you can actually use your mouse without looking at it. Some people can't, some people can, but basically you would need your mouse to basically because of since you can't see outside of here, excuse me, you need to be a touch typist, you need to have a mouse that's comfortable. So there's not much strain right here, but there's that. What you'll need are some better headphones because I was trying these ones, the ones they came with. They're pretty bad. So the quality is okay for these headphones, but if you're trying to lay down comfortably or basically do like want some things you actually can wear for a long period of time, get something like either Sennheiser Momentum earbuds, the truly Bluetooth device like computer or a phone. that you're hooking up through HDMI would use like the Samsung buds, um, or if you're using Motorola, you can use just any earbuds, whatever. Doesn't matter about the earbuds, but if you're using anything that has Bluetooth, you use Bluetooth earbuds. Where my fingers at over here. You should get something like that are comfortable. I use these ones, which are the Beyerdynamic jack. So you can use them because they have a volume thing on here, and the volume knob works for these specific headphones on this device. Um, you can press the tip ring sleeve. So this is a tip ring sleeve cable, which is basically a TRRSK cable. Um, for the other thing you would need is a USB extension cable. It doesn't have to be USB 3, doesn't have to be USB 3.1, Gen 2, whatever. It just has to be USB. It just has to be a USB extension cable, high quality preferred, because you want to take the extension cable. So basically, because of the thing is, this headset that I have has a HDMI, and it also needs power for the thing. So as you can see, this right here to where this little block is at, put on a white table. So see, that's where the extension cable is to where my finger is. So it's not that long, and this has to be plugged into power in order to actually be usable. You can you can plug this into a battery bank, which is fine, but I don't recommend I would recommend that if you basically planning on putting your phone into your pocket, or if you're basically sitting on a plane, using a battery bank. But if you're at home, get a long USB extension cable, and then you also need. I just had it. Here it is. This you need a power brick. So a power brick of any sort. This just happens to be a a USB hub that has power in there. So what I'm using right that's over here. That's over here. No, wrong here. That's over here is a 60-watt charger, and so you could use actually something like that, or you can just use a power brick like this. Plug it into the extension cable and make sure this can output enough wattage. So this one is a 9 watt cable, a 9 watt charger. This doesn't need 9 watts because this can be actually powered on a 4 watt Google charger for the Google Chromecast, which is 4 watts if I recall correctly. And so you also have to make sure to have your HDMI device close, or if you want to, you can basically use a coupler on here, a HDMI coupler, and basically get a and go from HDMI to DisplayPort or HDMI to USB Type C. If you basically use a USB C to HDMI adapter and plug it into a Thunderbolt port, if you're using a MacBook, you can use this on Mac OS too because it's not operating system specific. So basically, for like a coupler, I don't recommend using a coupler for basically if you're just trying to go, you're just trying to get longer HDMI cable. Just get a cable, aka fiber optics with power to go from here to wherever you need to go. So basically, if you want to run it to your ceiling, through your ceiling, because it has to be fiber optics to like do actually to like go through actually the ceiling, and then to your, for example, receiver, to like to where your receiver sits. Information there, you could basically go from the fiber optics done from the fiber optic HDMI cable to or the or another splitter, high quality splitter, and from there this goes into the one in the splitter. The other in the splitter goes into your TV. So I would do actually that. I was going to try that, um, but I haven't had a chance yet. Um, because of if I can basically get a splitter to actually work, then I'm just going to if I can get the splitter working, I can just get a extension cable and then a fiber optic extension cable and run it from here to my Apple TV, so I can basically just have both of them hooked up at the same exact time. And yeah, and then I don't have to have actual headphones in here if I didn't want to. So I'm gonna try that real quick. I'm just gonna um try that. After this, I'll actually put in the final part of here if it actually sound if it worked. So thanks for watching so far. So um so I tested it with a splitter. I've tried plenty splitters. I have a Spitfire Pro. I have another splitter. I also have another. I have two more splitters. They're both all of them are higher quality. They're just on different TVs. So basically, um, it doesn't work with a splitter. I've tried a single port splitter that basically just gets rid of HDCP. I've tried one that basically strips HDCP from and sends it to like a capture card, so you can record content, for example, like Hulu, that strips HDCP. That basically it would just work. So that splitter didn't work. I tried a 2-port Spitfire Pro to one. I've tried the real, but I also tried a HDMI. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. It was on my desk. So I've tried this right here, which is it's a QGeam USB C to to HDMI adapter. It works on my phone. I haven't tried the iPad one because I actually haven't speaking because my iPad isn't charged. But basically, once I can see that if it works, I'll tell you. Try it out. So yeah, this works with an iPad, and it also worked with an what I wanted to use it for, which was my Apple TV, which is unplugged now. But basically the only thing is what I recommend doing is if you wanted to split this, you may need a splitter that can that in order to split this to split your Apple TV. So in order to use this, I wanted to use on my Apple TV, but the problem is I wanted to use a splitter to split from that TV over there and to here to my Apple TV. But the problem was with the thing, it doesn't work properly. Since this is that supports 2K in each eye, but the problem with that one is that you would be it will have physical tracking in there. So basically, the tracking would basically if you, for example, lay down, for example, to watch, say, a movie, you will end up if you're looking straight, I've figured that out. But with a tracking headset, if you don't adjust it, it will. If you, for example, you're sitting straight and if you don't have the tracking usage for basically like an Apple TV, like this inside the glasses when you're actually if you're just trying to watch some movies and you don't care about the actual quality. So for example, I would use this if you were basically if you're trying to look at a, for example, if you're sitting at a computer and you're on a computer, just use a regular VR headset. But if you're basically needed for like an Apple TV or like a phone, for example, if you want to take some plane, you just take a battery bank, plug it into the USB port, and plug this into your phone with like the included with either, if it's Android, you use the USB C adapter, or MLA if you're using a older Android device. If you're using an iPad or iPhone, you use the included Apple adapter. You use Apple adapters that you can get from Apple Store, and plug it in, and it would just work. The only difference is your screen will still work, and if you turn it off, it would basically turn off on you. If you basically are using on an Apple TV, it works on the Apple TV, but the problem I have is that pretty horrible. And if you're wearing glasses, so if you're using this part right here, the rubber part, it works. It works without It works without glasses if you aren't using a rubber part. If you're using a rubber part, it's kind of uncomfortable if you're wearing wider glasses. If you're not wearing wider glasses and with the rubber piece on, but if you don't have the rubber piece on, it'll let in the surrounding light. So if you're in a dark room, then you don't need the rubber piece. If you don't use if you don't use rubber piece, if you use rubber piece, it will let in some extra light still if you have on glasses, because of if they're wide. These are wide glasses, so it made this part go like this, so it basically led in light on the side, and you might have to adjust the little things here, because for freshman my eyesight really it's kind of not good. It's I can't actually really see well, because if I'm looking over here and I'm looking into the camera, I can't really see over there, but I can see actually clearly out of the side. But it's just a eyesight thing. Um, and to be specific, if you are using this one specifically, they actually have removable lenses. Technically, they're not really removable, but you can really actually move them and and take them to your podiatrist if your glasses wear, and you can basically get them to make a exact replica of these ones. You can then put them in there. As long as your eyesight doesn't get any worse, you don't have to keep replacing them. You could replace the lenses and this, take the lenses in there, and you can take it apart just by removing these four screws right here. So let me show you. You can get these four screws right here, and here, and unscrew them, and the lenses just come popping out. And once you do actually that, you can literally take them to your podiatrist, and they'll make exact replicas of these lenses, and they can basically put them in there, and then um screw back together. Make sure you clean off the seal tight on the screen. So yeah, going to basically do like stuff like if you're not game, because if you're just using them for like movie watching, it's perfectly fine. If you're using it for like programming, also fine, but you have to take into account that um the quality of the picture quality might be better for some people, but for me it was kind of eh. But and that is for this is comfortable. It's actually kind of plasticky, but um, but you have to take into account that there is some clicking being actually made because it's buying this right here like this. And also, I recommend just getting a fiber optics HDMI cable, just so if you do, I mean, an HDMI switch that would work with a fiber optics HDMI cable. I mean, fiber optics HDMI cable, and also this headset, because of the thing is, it since this is 1080i, as long as you have a 1080p TV, most switches would actually work. Because I tested this with a 1080p TV, and I also tested it with a 1080p monitor. Since this is 1080i, it just worked out of the box with the switch. But when actually plugging the two 1080p PEP panels, or basically a 1080p panel and the headset, it would just work. And um, if you plug this into the Apple TV, and also and so um for 4K and total, so 2K here and 2K here, then it would actually work there with the splitter, as long as the splitter supported 4K and not downscaling it to 1080p, because that doesn't work unless you use a downscaler, which are pretty expensive. But what I would do is basically, if you have a headset that is just an HMD, uh, which is a um this is just HMD reality. So, but I would just use something like this if you just want to use 60 and it supports 1080i at 90, and that because the Apple TV runs at 660, and it was having an issue. It wasn't having any issue, but it runs. So yeah, and this is just fiber that be that will look actually nice there too. It will be, if you don't want to buy two Apple TVs, so because I'm gonna get an Apple TV specifically for either this or use the one I have there for my I'm gonna get two Apple. I'm gonna get one more Apple TV, one for the head mounted display and one for my TV, so I can basically have one specifically just for when I'm watching TTV on there, and when I need to basically just use a VR headset, or this the when I need to like use something for just to, and just have two separate ones. And then you can also connect the Oculus Quest up to the VR. Up to the PC, and then you can also connect this up to the PC. But the only difference is you're not playing VR games with this. You input latency on here because it's like a 2 millisecond input delay on YouTube. For games on PC, it was like I was playing Call of Duty, what's that one? Black Ops 3, which is um on here. For I was playing that, and I was getting a 1 millisecond delay for Asphalt 9, and for my i for my Apple TV, I was getting a 1 millisecond delay too. That's what I noticed from actually there. I haven't tried the Switch, so S1 tried it yet. Um, and also, just to let you know, with this headset, so if you want to do something, I recommend changing these to something better, because these ones is like a little bit crappy. Okay, so this headset band is pretty bad. You can probably make something soft. I recommend something softer, and also a little bit stronger Velcro. Also, something where that basically can just strap behind your ears easier. Because this is a few these extra straps right here. Um, and it'll work perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be um high quality graphics card to actually run it, but you can basically use it and that much. It works for FPS games, but it is there's a layer. If you're using a computer, you can install Controller Companion and basically other like actual PC games, which I would do with